It's in our nature to strive for more. But what is it we are trying to prove? When we are tired, we grab a cup of coffee. When we have a headache, we take a pill. When we are in a rush, we make convenient decisions. When we push ourselves to the edge, we call it ambition. I thought pushing harder would get me closer to success. But in reality, it was only pulling me further away from myself. Hunter S. Thompson. I realized I was using hard work as an escape. Running from things I didn't know I was running from. At a pace that was unsustainable and in a direction that was less than optimal. To get as far away as possible from the thing that scared me the most. I keep having the same nightmare. I'm surrounded by the people closest to me, in my own home. But it's like I'm invisible. I'm just there, like a ghost, a burden. It's like they are allowing me to be there, but they don't want me there. And then that feeling of not being enough hits me like a truck and I wake up. Behind my drive to become the best version of myself is a kid who never felt like he belonged. It's tricky. On one hand, my drive to constantly prove myself has led me to where I am today. But on the other hand, it came with a cost. When you keep raising the bar, put unreasonably high expectations on yourself, nothing you do ever feels good enough. Rest needs to be earned. Slowing down is not even an option, and achieving becomes a part of your identity. On top of that, your family is proud of you, your girlfriend thinks you're a baller, you bought your dream motorcycle, and for the first time in your life, you feel enough, seen, like you belong, like you've made it. Even writing this now makes me think, how on earth is one going to slow down that train before it derails? It's a dangerous cocktail. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Call Jung. Since when did trying to win a race we did not choose to participate in become admirable? And how is pushing yourself beyond your limits seen as a strength? Strength isn't how far you can push yourself. It's having the courage to travel in your own pace, in your own direction, and slowing down whenever you feel like it. Some races are won by not participating. And if you don't pick a day to rest, your body is going to pick one for you. And wouldn't it be more badass to protect your time and energy like it's sacred? To walk away because you're not having it. To say no because you're not feeling it. To ask for backup when you need it. To rest without guilt. And to know from the depth of your very being that you have absolutely nothing to prove. Because you know exactly what you are capable of. You're probably the kind of person that always does his best, who lifts up others, who cares deeply, who does everything wholeheartedly and refuses to quit. You also have a perfect track record of overcoming every challenge you have ever faced. And I think it's time that you start giving yourself some credit for that. But as a former people-pleasing overachiever, I know that this is going to take work. Treating the problem is one thing, breaking the patterns is something completely different. I have a few tools for that. It is never too late to go after what you want. I remember sitting in my office in my mid-30s. I had just left my job to become a creator with no guarantees. I was trying to find a predecessor for my old role, train him while delegating over more and more responsibility, while simultaneously trying to find traction in my creator business, so that I actually had a way to make a living, while still recovering from burnout. Writing things down has always been important for me, but I wasn't very organized with it. But I knew if I was to make this transition happen, I had to be. I needed a clear vision of where I was going. I needed a clear path of how I was going to get there. And I needed to break that down into tasks so I could get it done. I also wanted a place where I could track my progress and hold myself accountable. And I needed to create a structure to operate within. Make sure I stayed on top of my sleep, my exercise, and all of those things so I don't overextend myself again. What started out as a desperate way for me to try to find some kind of clarity in a messy life transition turned into a weekly stay on track system that over 200 people has downloaded to help them stay on track. It's amazing how much you can accomplish in a week if you have the clarity to do so. The cool thing is that after a while you have all of these old planners to look back on, almost like a journal. You can see what you were working on, the progress you were making, and the things you were building. Just consistent effort, small steps, 1 week at a time. Early morning today. I'm off to a press weekend with BMW, and this is probably This is probably my biggest challenge since my realignment. And honestly, I'm a bit nervous. But it's a really good opportunity for me, both professionally, of course, but also personally. How far have I come? I obviously want to make the most out of this trip, prove myself, but without pushing past my limits, which has been a big problem in the past. So, after checking in, BMW told me, just do your thing, which is flattering, of course, but it could also be an overachiever's worst nightmare. There is no limit on how much I can do here. No deliverables. I have to draw that line. And it strikes me that the only pressure I feel right now is literally self-imposed. Walking into the lobby, surrounded by experienced riders, journalists and BMW staff from all over Scandinavia, made me shrink a bit at first. The voice from my nightmares was back. Do I really deserve to be here? Will I be enough? The same ghost from my nightmares haunting me. But it didn't scare me anymore. He just reminded me where I came from.